It's a very dramatic moment when water begins to enter your house. Certainly something I'll never forget. It rose over a 3-day period to be 32 inches high. It stayed like that for approximately 5 or 6 days. We were taking a boat into the house and checking the water level and measuring it.
Flooding can happen anywhere. And in Houston in 2017, it didn't just happen in high-risk areas. It happened in a lot of lower-risk areas too.
Harvey reinforced a very key statistic. Oftentimes, the homes that flood during these rain events are outside of the 100-year floodplain. So you are not safe and not immune to flooding if you're not in a 100-year or 500-year floodplain. Many of my neighbors that were outside the 500-year floodplain did not quite understand their risk of flooding.
When it came time to return home and clean up, many in Houston didn't have the resources to recover and rebuild.
This is your house, the place where all your children have been raised. You have to get it back. We're a middle-class community. Most of us are not in a position where we have available funding to recover from a major event. It's a tremendous financial burden.
In 1968, Congress created the National Flood Insurance Program, or NFIP. At the time, there weren't many affordable options for private flood insurance, especially for people living in high-risk areas. The government recognized a need for a more affordable program to help communities manage flood risk, no matter their risk level, and help reduce their risk of flooding in the future. Today, FEMA programs like the NFIP help communities and property owners better understand their flood risk and how risk can change. Using flood risk data and maps, communities can decide how to reduce their risk in ways that work best for them.
The rebuilding process really starts with your engagement with flood insurance. Thank goodness we were able to count on that for our recovery. We plan to live in this house for a very long time. We love the community, our family's here. This is our home.
Learn more about how the National Flood Insurance Program can help your community understand and reduce risk. Visit FEMA.gov/mitigation.